Predator Badlands, the latest film in the Predator franchise, has arrived in theaters. Here's my review. This is a unique entry into the franchise, because not only is it the first standalone Predator movie to be rated PG-13, it's also the first standalone Predator movie that does not take place on Earth. As much as I like the other Predator movies, they all kind of feel the same. Same story beats, same third act. This one completely throws that out the window and twists the franchise in a new direction. A direction that I thought worked, but I can tell is going to be very divisive for longtime fans of the franchise. I know a lot of people are going to be turned away by the Predator being the protagonist in the movie, because when you think Predator, you think ruthless hunter that you root against, and here they make him a more sympathetic, emotional character. Again, I thought it worked, but I completely understand if that irks somebody. The main non-alien character, played by Elle is a delightful character. She's like Ripley from the Alien movies, if Ripley had a sense of humor. She's infectiously optimistic, while the Predator is pessimistic, and it works well, and provides some well-done humor. And the humor in this movie is well-timed and works, which is more than I can say for the 2018 Predator movie, where the humor in that one was forced and lowbrow. However, I thought the setup, as fresh to the franchise as it was, wasn't totally original either. Of course, the main character is a misfit outcast needing to prove himself. Of course, there's a MacGuffin he needs to find to restore his honor. Of course, there's an enemies to friends arc. It's familiar, but it also works. Now, does the controversial PG-13 rating hurt the movie? I didn't think so. I didn't watch this movie and think, I wish this movie were more violent and brutal. In fact, I think compared to a lot of other PG-13 movies, this is pretty tame. I've talked many times about how I found Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness too violent. Specifically, the scene where Wanda murders a bunch of superheroes in excessively graphically violent ways, and how that really put me off the movie. This has just the right amount. The blood in the movie is alien blood, and I'd say the violence level is about the same as Alita Battle Angel or the Mandalorian series. It's a movie very much aimed at the teenage crowd, but I think it's also accessible enough for longtime fans of the franchise who are willing to look past the PG-13 rating and give it a chance. There's only one curse word in the entire movie, and it's a tame one, which again is more than I can say for a lot of the comic book movies that have come out over the last 10 years, even the PG-13 ones. The action is well done, the story feels fresh to the world of these movies, and the characters are well written. I'd recommend watching the first Predator movie and the first two Alien movies. They're not required viewing, but you'll definitely get more out of this when certain callbacks happen. Now, they're quick enough that you won't be confused if you don't watch them, and this is your first movie in this universe, but you'll get a grin on your face if you do understand. Predator Badlands is worth hunting down a ticket for. For me, it gets an A-, a 9 out of 10, and a 4 out of 5 stars. If you're a fan of this franchise, it's a must-see. If you're a fan of the franchise who wants to introduce your kids to this, but you're like, maybe they're a little bit older, this is a good entry-level one for it if they're the right age for it. I'd say it's a must-see. It's awesome.